Part 1: The Echo of Steel. The universe is an engine of chaos, and today I'm the wrench tossed into its gears. My ship, the rancorous Gale, a sturdy frigate with the elegance of a drunken asteroid, slices through the cosmic velvet of Sector 9 like it's on a personal vendetta against light itself. I'm at the helm, a default position these days since my crew consists of two, me and a sentient chunk of alien hardware we call Glitch. Named not for its proficiency, but for its tendency to explode during diagnostics. I'm Rylan Cort, once a celebrated navigator in the Imperial Fleet, now a freelance acquisitions specialist, which is the nice way of saying I'm a treasure hunter with a tendency to pocket more than I should. Today's journey is to the Metalream, a colossal derelict space station floating on the edge of Diord's belt, abandoned by its creators, long forgotten by time. Rumor has it, the station still hums with the power of its creators' lost technology. Rylan, Glitch pulses through the comms, its voice a fusion of static and sarcasm. Our trajectory is set to reckless, as usual. Can I suggest something more survivable? Relax, Glitch. If I played it safe, I'd still be serving meal rations in the fleet. I chuckle, a sound that echoes in the hollow cabin. The truth is, reckless suits me. It's like wearing an old, familiar jacket, the kind with a knife-proof lining. We approach the Metalream, and its silhouette against the stars is like a leviathan sculpted by forgotten gods. The station's skeletal spires jut out in defiance against time, hull pockmarked by meteor impacts, surface etched with the dance of radiation. A perfect ruin. Glitch scans for anomalies, but I know better. The Metalream is an enigma that has swallowed entire crews whole. I dock with the grace of a drunken ballerina, which is to say, I don't crash. The airlock hisses open, and a cold gust greets us as if death itself had taken a breath. I step onto the station, my boots clanging on metal, each step a heartbeat in the silence. The air is tinged with ozone, a scent that reminds me of thunderstorms back home on Gaius Prime. Watch your six, Rylan, Glitch warns, its presence lurking within the circuits of my suit. It's more of a dysfunctional guardian angel than I deserve. The interior of the station is a cathedral of steel and shadow, corridors winding like intestines of some ancient beast. My flashlight flickers over walls inscribed with alien runes, stories of glory and decay. I move deeper, following the whispers of forgotten technology. Suddenly, a tremor shakes the station. The lights surge then die, plunging me into a darkness formidable enough to taste. If I had a credit for every time my life hung by a thread, I'd own the cosmos. But this wasn't in the travel brochure. Glitch status. I mutter the words barely escaping my lips. Energy fluctuations detected, Glitch responds, the voice somewhere between concern and delight, like a sociopath with good intentions. We've got company, unknown biosignatures ahead. My pulse quickens. The thrill of the hunt, the edge of the unknown, it's what I live for. I edge forward, thoughts leaping to the tales of ancient guardians, left behind by the architects of this place. The corridor opens into a vast chamber, the ceiling lost in shadow. And there they are, the guardians. Not humanoid, but a spectacle of shimmering shells and flowing forms, like jellyfish made of liquid metal and starlight. They move with a silent grace, an alien beauty that is both mesmerizing and terrifying. Rylan, these aren't recorded in any database, Glitch states, all breaking through its usual monotone. They're not attacking, I reply, more to myself, noting their fluid movements around a central control panel. Perhaps they're just curious, or perhaps they're sizing me up for dinner. Approaching the panel, I notice what could only be described as a cosmic key, pulsating with a rhythm that resonates through the station. This is it, the heart of the Metalream. I reach out, fingers trembling with anticipation. Suddenly the guardians converge, their forms shifting to block my path. Panic flares, the thin thread of safety I cling to snapping like a dry twig. Glitch, any ideas? Running, it replies, highly recommend it. Before I can protest, the station groans, a sound that tears through me, chilling my bones. The Guardians morph, their bodies alighting in a defensive dance. I back away slowly, my steps echoing my pounding heartbeat, retreating from the chamber of wonders I've yet to understand. Back on the rancorous gale, I slam the airlock shut, adrenaline still coursing through my veins. I should feel disappointment at leaving empty-handed, but the encounter has left me breathless. The universe, in its vastness, whispered secrets to me today, and they came with guardians, not saviors. Set course, Glitch. Let's see what bar has the best ale and worst gossip. All right. A die plotting a course to nowhere, Glitch fires back, its tone mimicking the drawl of a seasoned bartender. As we break free from the Metalream's embrace, I stare back at the station, its looming form vanishing into the void. The allure of its secret still burns in my mind. I have a new obsession now, and though I left with nothing, I feel richer for having gazed into the abyss. The universe is an engine of chaos, and today I've been reminded why I love the ride. Part 2: The Pulse of Shadows. The stars ripple outside my viewport, a silent audience to our escape from the forgotten clutches of the Metalream. It's a bittersweet farewell, like leaving an enigmatic lover whose secrets still quicken your pulse. The rancorous gale cruises through the void, her engines humming a lullaby that could sedate an insomniac black hole. Glitch projects a holographic map in the dimly lit cockpit, the display a dance of luminescent threads sketching our trajectory. Our destination, Sci-Fi Station, a bustling bastion on the edge of civilized space, notorious for its black market deals and the occasional bar brawl, which is exactly what I need. Rylan, any preference on acquiring information or instigating a riot first? Glitch quips, its voice bouncing off the metal innards of our ship like a poorly aimed rubber ball. Information, then riot. I like to work up to my chaos, I reply, a grin teasing my lips. For all its flaws, Glitch has a way of keeping my spirits lighter than a quantum feather. The station looms ahead, a spinning metropolis suspended in the void, its arms extending like an unsymmetrical starfish. Sci-Fi is a patchwork of modules, each reflecting the architectural eccentricities of its residents, part spacefair, part warzone. I can smell the tension and opportunity from here. We dock smoothly, a rare triumph worthy of Glitch's subtle commendation. I step out into the station's bustling corridors, the air thick with the clamor of voices, machinery, and the unmistakable aroma of roasted Githrak's beast. My senses are assaulted by neon flashes and the thrumming pulse of 1,000 lives intertwining. My destination, a decrepit cantina called the Last Parsec, a haunt for those who trade in whispers and shadows. Perfect for a man like me, dabbling in the art of discretion. Inside, the atmosphere is a cocktail of heady laughter, clinking glasses, and murmured deals. I weave through the throng, catching snippets of gossip as I go tales of a derelict armada in the Andromine Nebula, a sentient storm on Grell's moon, and then a whisper that prickles my skin, the Tesserians. The Tesserians are the spectral guardians of the Metalream, a species long thought to dwell in legend. Ears perk up as I slide into a booth opposite a hunched figure draped in a cloak of stars. The flicker of a forgotten smile dances across their lips as they lean forward, eyes like pools of midnight. I see you've met the children of the void, the stranger whispers, their voice a soft rasp like sand in a breeze. It was enlightening, I reply, the memory of their alien grace replaying in my mind like a haunting melody. They guard something precious, the stranger continues, an artifact known as the anomaly key. It's said to command the will of the stars themselves. I consider this, intrigued yet cautious. The universe loves its secrets, but it's the daring pursuit that keeps me from rusting into the past. What's the catch? I ask, leaning back, arms crossed in defiance of my rising curiosity. The key must be awakened, the stranger murmurs, producing a small, crystalline shard that glimmers with an inner light. But its power is matched by its peril. The Tesserians will not surrender it easily. Before I can pry further, the lights of the cantina flicker, a prelude to chaos. Shouts of panic ripple through the room as an explosion rocks the station, the floor vibrating beneath my boots like the belly of a waking beast. Station security reports a breach. Glitch chimes in through my comms, its tone annoyingly unperturbed. A fracas of substantial proportions. Ironic, I mutter, drawing my blaster. I'm not one to shy away from a brawl, especially when it's a convenient cover for an exit strategy. The room erupts into pandemonium, tables overturned, patrons scrambling for safety. Amidst the chaos, I catch sight of a group of heavily armed mercenaries converging on the cantina, their armor slick with menace, eyes hungry for violence. Rylan, your presence is requested elsewhere, Glitch suggests with a hint of urgency. I nod, weaving through the chaos, firing a few well-placed shots to discourage pursuit. The mercenaries scatter like startled crows, and I slip into the shadows, the crystalline shard burning like a promise in my pocket. Once aboard the rancorous gale, I drop into the pilot's seat, adrenaline fueling my motions. The station's alarms wail as I disengage with reckless abandon, the stars stretching into streaks as we jump to hyperspace. Another day, another uninvited guest list. I sigh, settling into the hum of the engines, my thoughts dancing between relief and anticipation. Shall we compare notes on survival tactics? Glitch offers, its attempt at humor not lost on me. Let's save the pep talk for when we actually survive, I retort, though there's a warmth in the banter, a reminder that in this vast, uncaring universe, I'm not entirely alone. The SH. Ard rests in my hand, its weight a tangible reminder of the journey ahead. The stars outside whisper promises of discovery and danger, their silent song a siren's call to those bold enough to listen. The universe may be an enigma wrapped in chaos, but I'm ready to dive deeper into its heart. After all, what's an adventure without a little risk? Part 3. The Heart of the Nebula. In the silence of hyperspace, the rancorous Gale and I share a moment of mutual contemplation, the kind that only happens when the universe stretches endlessly before you and the past echoes like a half-remembered song. The crystalline shard, a piece of the anomaly key, lies on the console glimmering with a pulsing heartbeat of light that draws my gaze like a moth to a flame. Rylan, you're staring again, Glitch interrupts my reverie, its tone playfully chiding. Should I be jealous? Just admiring the view, I reply, as my mind races over the implications of our encounter at Cypheria Station. The mercenaries, the Tesserians, and the enigmatic key, pieces of a puzzle scattered across the cosmos. Our next destination is the Andromine Nebula, a swirling storm of cosmic dust and gaseous tendrils that shimmer in hues of violet and gold. It's a place of legends, known for hiding the remnants of lost civilizations and the occasional fleet of ghost ships. If there's a clue to awakening the key, it's there, buried in the nebula's luminous embrace. As we drop out of hyperspace, the nebula unfolds before us like a painted masterpiece, its vibrant colors shifting and flowing with otherworldly beauty. The air on the ship feels charged, as if the nebula itself hums with the potential of all that's been lost and found within its depths. Entering the nebula, glitch intones, the ship's sensors straining to pierce the dense fog. Static crackles through our systems, a reminder of the nebula's temperamental nature. Visibility reduced, but we're detecting an unusual energy signature. Let's close in, I say, setting our course towards the source of the signal. The ship glides forward, and as we delve deeper, the nebula envelops us in its shimmering cloak. I feel the pulse of the key in my pocket, its rhythm syncing with the cadence of my own heart. Suddenly, the gale shudders as a wave of energy cascades over us, the ship's systems flickering like a candle in a storm. The lights dim momentarily, and a cold sweat prickles my skin. Glitch's voice comes through, calm but with an edge of urgency. We've got some kind of temporal distortion ahead. It's as if the nebula's rearranging time itself. I grip the controls, navigating through the swirling chaos. It's like steering through a living tapestry, each thread of gas and light cascading into new forms. The distortion is a beast of its own, bending reality, making seconds feel like hours. Out of the mists, a colossal structure materializes, an ancient starship, its hull battered and worn by time. Its design is both alien and familiar, an amalgam of technologies lost to history. The energy signature emanates from its core, a beacon calling to the key nestled in my pocket. "Looks like we found the party," I whisper, maneuvering the gale closer. I suit up, the familiar weight of the blaster at my side providing some semblance of comfort. Opening the airlock, Glitch announces, its role as guardian and companion ever apparent. I'd offer good luck, but I find it overrated. I chuckle, stepping into the void, the derelict ship's surface looming large. My boots clang against the metal as I move cautiously, the air around me thick with the weight of ages. The ship is a crypt, its corridors lined with the ghosts of the past. The walls pulse with a faint, iridescent glow, guiding me towards the heart of the vessel. I pause, my breath catching at the sight of a grand chamber, its ceiling arching high above like a cathedral built for the stars. In the chamber's center stands a dais, upon which rests a device shrouded in shadow and mystery, the anomaly key's counterpart. It hums with latent power, its presence a magnet that draws me in. As I approach, a soft sound like the whispering of leaves reaches my ears. Turning, I see them, spectral figures coalescing from the shadows, their forms fluid and ethereal like the Tesserians, yet different. They regard me with eyes that gleam with ancient wisdom and a hint of challenge. "Rylan, you appear to have captured their interest," Glitch observes, its commentary a thread of normalcy amidst the surreal. "No pressure, right?" I murmur, stepping forward with cautious determination. I raise the shard, its light fusing with the chamber's glow, and place it into the device. The air crackles with energy, the chamber resonating as if awakening from a long slumber. The figures shift, their silence speaking volumes. It's a test, a bridge between what was and what can be. The device responds, opening a doorway through which streams a cascade of starlight, a portal to another realm, another reality. I stand on the precipice, the weight of choice heavy on my shoulders. The Tesserian's gaze holds the promise of answers and unspeakable risks. The universe, in its infinite complexity, offers no guarantees. I step through, the light enveloping me, and everything changes. The nebula, the ship, even my self, the journey has only just begun, and I am ready to face whatever the cosmos throws my way, one heartbeat at a time. Part 4, Between Stars and Shadows. There's a moment when reality blurs, when the boundaries that normally hold the universe together seem to dissolve into 1,000 shimmering threads. It's a moment I've found myself in more often than I'd like since taking up this life. But as I step through the portal, I'm reminded just how disorienting it can be. The light subsides, pulling back like a tide, and I find myself standing in a landscape that defies imagination. The ground beneath me is a translucent expanse, like glass stained with the reflections of nebulae, while above, stars twist and dance in patterns that make a mockery of logic and physics. It's like standing inside a cosmic kaleidoscope. I catch my breath, scanning my surroundings. This place, this other realm, trembles with an energy that vibrates in my bones, a harmony that seems to call to the anomaly key still in my grasp. Rylan status update desired. Glitch's voice crackles through my helmet's comm, a reassuring tether back to the world I know, even here, where knowing itself feels slippery. Still in one piece, I reply, the sound of my own voice grounding me. But wherever I am, it's not on any map. My attention shifts to the presence that looms in the corners of this realm, the Tesserians' cousins, the spectral figures who watched me enter. They glide over the glassy surface, their movements smooth and deliberate, their forms both solid and ephemeral, like the shadows of memories. One figure drifts closer, its face a visage of light and shadow that flickers with an intelligence not bound by flesh. It gestures with an elegant sweep, and before me, a series of images unfurl like a tapestry woven from starlight and time. I see the creation of the Tesserians born from the stars themselves, entrusted with the safekeeping of cosmic knowledge. The anomaly key, their most sacred artifact, is shown splintered, the shard I possess one of many scattered across the galaxy. Each shard holds a fragment of a greater power, a power that, if united, could reshape the very fabric of existence. The vision shifts, revealing the dangers. Forces hunt the key, their intent shrouded in darkness. The specter of a conflict that threatens to tip the balance of the cosmos looms large, and I'm standing in its crosshairs. Glimpse of the bigger picture, Glitch asks, its voice tempered with an uncharacteristic gravitas. More like a cosmic jigsaw, I murmur, the weight of responsibility settling like a mantle. Seems I'm not the only one with an interest in the Tesserians' secrets. The spectral figure extends a hand, not as a gesture of fellowship, but as an offering. Floating above its palm is another shard, resonating with the same rhythm as the one I hold. A gift, a test of trust, or perhaps a binding contract. I take the shard, feeling the thrum of energy settle into a steady beat that matches my heart. The moment stretches, and then the realm shudders, a ripple of change traveling through its fabric. Rylan, I'm detecting a temporal surge, Glitch warns, its voice pulling me back from the brink of introspection. We may have outstayed our welcome. Time to go then, I say, with a reluctance that surprises me. I step back toward the portal, the figures watching with inscrutable eyes, the realm itself vibrating with the echoes of unspoken farewells. The transition back is abrupt, like being swept away by a tidal wave. I stumble onto the deck of the ancient ship I'd entered from, the familiar weight of the gale's airlock in sight. The ship creaks with the shifting balance, the nebula's colors still swirling outside, indifferent to the passage of time or the machinations of fate. As I board the rancorous gale, I feel the fragments of the key humming in harmony, a siren's call to the adventures still ahead. The ship hums sympathetically, a guardian of secrets and solace. Glitch's holographic form flickers to life beside me, its gaze settling on the shards. Two down, countless to go, it observes, an optimism buried beneath its wry exterior. You make it sound easy, I retort, though there's a warmth beneath my words. Let's hope the rest aren't guarded by interdimensional beings. Hope is not a strategy, Rylan, Glitch counters. The the ship's engines powering up with a comforting rumble. But it's a start. I settle into the pilot's seat, the stars beckoning as old friends. The nebula recedes behind us, and with it, one more piece of the cosmic puzzle falls into place, even as 1,000 more arise to take its place. The journey is far from over, and somewhere in the vast, uncharted depths of space, the rest of the anomaly key awaits. I'm ready to face what comes next, with Glitch by my side and the weight of the universe's secrets to keep me company. In the grand tapestry of stars and shadows, this is only the beginning. Part 5: The Web of Echoes. There's a unique tranquility found in the void between stars, a kind of silence that hums with potential, a blank canvas waiting to be filled with the strokes of destiny. The rancorous gale glides through this vast emptiness, her hull shimmering in the starlight as if she were a leviathan of legend. Glitch and I share the silence, the ship's systems murmuring softly in the background, an electronic heartbeat accompanying our journey through the cosmos. But as the stars shift outside my viewport, tranquility gives way to a niggling sense of unease. It's that familiar itch at the back of my mind, the sensation that things are about to get interesting in the worst possible way. Rylan incoming transmission, Glitch announces, its voice punctuated by the hiss of static. Unusual encryption. Unusual is my middle name, I reply, straightening in my seat. Patch it through. The screen flickers to life, and a face appears weathered yet fiercely intelligent, with eyes that could pierce through a black hole. It's Captain Alara Voss, once my superior in the Imperial fleet, now a rival and sometimes ally. Her image is grainy, as if pulled through layers of distorted space-time. Rylan, it's been a while, she says, her voice carrying the weight of ages and unspoken grudges. I hear you've been busy collecting toys. Harmless diversions, I counter, masking my surprise at her timely appearance. What's got you tangling with encrypted comms? New hobby. Ilara smiles, but it's a smile that holds secrets like a gambler holds aces. I've stumbled onto something bigger than both of us. There's a convergence happening, a calling to those who hold fragments of the key. My heart skips a beat, the shards in my pocket vibrating in subtle harmony. Ilara's words resonate with the truth I've only begun to glimpse, the universe aligning in ways beyond understanding. Where, I ask, my curiosity piqued despite the warning bells sounding in my head. Orbiting the pulsar of Reese. Her voice lowers, becoming almost conspiratorial. A station, ancient and forgotten. It's activating, Rylan. The key is waking up the galaxy. I absorb her words, the weight of them settling like a cloak on my shoulders. The pulsar is a known anomaly, a beacon in the dark, drawing in the wanderers and the lost with its siren call. There's one catch, Ilara adds, her face sharpening with urgency. Others know too, and they're coming. Meet me there or the chance will slip through our fingers. With that, her image flickers out, leaving me alone with the glow of the stars and the hum of contemplation. Thoughts, Glitch asks, the familiar lilt returning to its voice. She's trouble, I reply, though my mind's already racing ahead, plotting courses and contingencies. But she has a way of being right at the worst times. With the pulsar as our destination, I engage the Gale's engines, her frame vibrating with the thrill of adventure. The journey is a blur, a leap through the stars with only the hiss of the cosmos as our guide. We arrive at the pulsar, its rhythmic glow painting the void in swathes of light and shadow. Orbiting this cosmic lighthouse is the station Ilara spoke of, a relic from a bygone era, its structure sprawling like a mechanical spider web across the black canvas of space. The Gale docks alongside Ilara's vessel, a sleek corvette bristling with hidden weaponry. I disembark, my boots echoing down the station's corridors, the walls alive with an energy that thrums in time with the pulsar's heartbeat. Ilara is waiting, arms crossed, eyes gleaming with a mix of suspicion and camaraderie. "Glad you could make it," she says, though her stance suggests she had a backup plan if I hadn't. Curiosity got the better of me, I admit, as we fall into step, moving deeper into the heart of the station. The interior is a labyrinth of passages and chambers, each more bizarre than the last, walls of shifting hues, corridors that spiral into infinity. The station is alive, its systems humming with a purpose older than recorded time. We reach a central chamber, its ceiling arching high above, resembling the constellations themselves. In its midst, a dais similar to the one I encountered before, flanked by ancient consoles that pulse with the energies of the key. Ilara taps a panel, her fingers dancing over controls as the consoles come to life. "The station's waking," she announces, excitement tempered by the edge of uncertainty. The air shimmers and a holographic projection bursts into life, a map of the galaxy, stars forming connections that shift and realign. The fragments of the key are highlighted, their locations converging, leading to a nexus of unimaginable power. But before we can delve deeper, alarms blare, the station trembling as if in the throes of a cosmic seizure. A fleet of ships appears on the horizon, bearing down on us with intent as clear as a knife in the dark. "Looks Ike, we've got company," I mutter, drawing my blaster as the station shudders under the assault. "Time to see if this thing still has some tricks up its sleeve," Ilara replies, a gleam of determination flickering in her eyes. Together we brace for the coming storm. The threads of fate weave tighter, the convergence upon us, and the dance between stars and shadows continues, each step carrying the weight of destiny. Part 6: A Dance of Light and Shadow. The station's alarms wail like banshees, filling the corridors with a pulse-pounding urgency that matches the pulsar's relentless beat. Outside, the enemy fleet maneuvers with deadly precision, a swarm of shadows against the pulsar's radiant backdrop. We're caught in a cosmic duel, the stakes higher than they've ever been. Ilara and I race through the station's labyrinthine halls, our footfalls echoing as we dodge the cascade of debris shaken loose by the enemy's salvo. The walls around us hum with an ancient energy, a ghostly reminder of the station's hidden potential. "We need to get to the control core," Ilara shouts over the din, her voice taut with resolve. "It's our only chance to turn the tables." "Lead the way," I reply, clutching the shards of the key, their energy a comforting thrum against my palm. We skid around a corner, only to find our path blocked by an unexpected sight. A figure stands in the corridor, draped in robes that shimmer with elusive patterns, their face obscured by a mask of flowing metal. A Tessarian, though unlike any I've seen before, a guardian perhaps, or a sentinel left behind to protect the station's secrets. Ilara and I exchange a wordless glance, our alliance forged in the heat of battle now tested by this new presence. The Tessarian raises a hand, and the air thrums, the station responding to its silent command. Lights flicker and the ground beneath our feet shifts, as if the station itself is alive and aware. "I think it wants us to follow," Ilara murmurs, her eyes narrowing with a mix of suspicion and intrigue. "Or it's leading us into a trap," I counter, though curiosity tugs me forward. Sometimes the only way out is through. The Tessarian glides down a side corridor, its movements fluid and deliberate. We follow, drawn deeper into the station's heart, the path an intricate dance between ancient architecture and cutting-edge technology. The corridor opens into a vast chamber, its walls alive with constellations of unknown stars. In the center, the control core pulses with a luminescent glow, its structure a maze of crystalline circuits and ethereal light. The Tessarian gestures at the core, silent yet commanding. It's clear what it wants: to unite the shards I carry with the station's power source. This is the convergence Alara spoke of, the moment where decisions shape destinies. With a deep breath, I step forward, placing the shards into the core's receptive slots. The air thickens with anticipation, the energy around us building to a crescendo. The core vibrates, a symphony of light and sound that reverberates through the station. For a moment, everything holds its breath, the universe itself pausing to watch the unfolding drama. Then release. The core erupts in a kaleidoscope of brilliance, sending waves of power rippling outward. The station comes alive, its systems awakening from millennia of slumber, its purpose finally realized. Outside, the enemy fleet halts, caught in the grip of the station's newfound might. Alara and I watch as the very fabric of space seems to bend, the stars themselves aligning to form a barrier, a shield of cosmic proportion that deflects the incoming assault. Unbelievable, Alara breathes, awe shading her usual steel. The station, it's protecting itself. The Tessarian inclines its head, a gesture of gratitude or perhaps a nod to destiny. The station's energy pulses in harmony with the pulsar, a testament to the balance of light and shadow, of creation and destruction. "You might have just saved the galaxy," Glitch chimes in, its voice tinged with a rare note of admiration. "Or bought it a little more time," I reply, though there's a warmth in my chest, a flame of hope kindled by the station's victory. Ilara turns to me, her eyes reflecting the myriad of possibilities stretching out before us. "What now, Rylan?" "We keep moving," I say, the thrill of the unknown coursing through my veins. "The fragments are only part of the puzzle. There's more out there, waiting to be discovered." She nods, understanding the unspoken bond that now connects us, a partnership forged in the crucible of adventure, tempered by the fires of shared purpose. As we make our way back to the gale, the station's hum follows us, a song of resilience and revelation. The Tessarian lingers, a guardian and witness to the next chapter of our journey. The stars beckon, their promise of new worlds and untold stories, a siren's call that I cannot resist. The road ahead is fraught with danger, but in the web of echoes that stretch across the cosmos, I find my place, a traveler between stars, a seeker of shadows, a bearer of the universe's most precious secret. And so we set our course, the dance continuing, light and shadow entwined in an endless waltz across the infinite stage of the cosmos. Part 7: The Rift of Reckoning. The rancorous gale sails through the abyss, stars flickering like the eyes of ancient celestial watchers. Ilara and I settle into a routine of quiet anticipation, the hum of the ship our constant companion. Each passing parsec brings us closer to our next unknown, the tether of the anomaly key fragments guiding us toward an unseen destination. Glitch interrupts my thoughts, its voice cutting through the silence with a note of intrigue. Rylan, detecting an unusual gravitational anomaly ahead, its signatures suggest a disruption in the spatial continuum. "A rift," I muse aloud, turning to Alara. "The universe loves its curiosities, and I've learned that where there's chaos, there's often opportunity." She nods, eyes sparkling with a mix of curiosity and caution. "Could be worth investigating. These things don't just pop up without reason." We approach the rift, a yawning chasm in the fabric of space that ripples with an iridescent spectrum of colors. It's both beautiful and unsettling, a reminder of the cosmos' unpredictable power. Rylan entering the rift's proximity will disrupt conventional navigation, Glitch warns, its tone laced with concern. Sounds like my kind of place, I reply, adrenaline seeping into my veins like liquid fire. Let's see what's inside. The gale crosses the threshold and the universe shifts around us. We're engulfed in a storm of light and sound, the ship trembling as it navigates the turbulence. Time itself seems to dance, seconds stretching into eternities and collapsing back in a heartbeat. We emerge from the chaos into a realm like none I've seen before. Floating islands drift through a sea of stars, each tethered to reality by shimmering threads of energy. Structures of glass and metal rise from these islands, their forms twisting in elegant defiance of gravity. What is this place? Alara breathes, her voice tinged with awe. A crossroads, I answer, though the term feels inadequate. The realm is alive with potential, a nexus where possibilities converge and diverge. The anomaly key fragments hum insistently, their combined energy resonating with the threads that weave through the realm. I feel a pull, an irresistible force guiding us toward a central island where a grand structure stands, a temple of light and shadow. As we descend, the temple's details resolve in intricate filigrees of luminescent stone, its architecture both alien and inviting. The air is thick with the scent of ozone and blooming flora, a paradoxical blend of natural and artificial. We enter the temple, where a series of concentric chambers unfold before us. Each chamber houses relics of forgotten civilizations, artifacts that whisper stories of rise and ruin, creation and collapse. At the heart of the temple lies a dais, similar to those before, yet this one hums with an energy that feels like the heartbeat of the realm itself. An inscription runs along its edge, glowing with a language as old as the stars. Alara kneels, tracing her fingers over the script. It's a map, she says, voice trembling with revelation. A map of connections, of pathways between worlds. A map of the cosmos, I whisper, understanding dawning like the first light of a new sun. The key isn't just a tool, it's a guide, a blueprint for traversing the universe's hidden corridors. As we ponder this revelation, the temple responds. The dais projects a holographic display above us, a celestial map that spans the breadth of the cosmos. Lines of light connect points across the galaxy, a web of interstellar highways known only to the ancients. But there's danger too, shadows lurking at the map's edges, threats to the balance that the key maintains. Rylan, we're not alone, Glitch alerts, its sensors picking up movement beyond the temple. Figures approach, their forms shadowy and indistinct, cloaked in the rift's distortion. Alara and I exchange a glance, recognizing the urgency of the moment. We've uncovered a treasure trove of knowledge, but it's a prize others would claim for themselves. Time to go, she says, a steely resolve in her voice. We retrace our steps, the temple's architecture echoing with the footfalls of unseen pursuers. As we reach the gale, I feel the weight of the cosmos pressing upon our shoulders, the fragile balance we've glimpsed both a responsibility and a challenge. Prepare for rift exit, I command, strapping in as the ship's engines surge to life. The rift roars around us, a vortex of light and gravity that pulls us back through the threshold. In the blink of an eye, we're through, the rift collapsing behind us as if it had never been. The calm of space settles around us once more, but the knowledge we carry is a storm unto itself. We've charted a course into the unknown, armed with the secrets of the stars and the burden of a destiny yet unwritten. The universe waits, and with every heartbeat, I feel the promise of discovery and danger lying us beyond the next horizon. The dance continues, and I am more determined than ever to find my place in its rhythm. Part 8: The Celestial Gambit. The void stretches before us, a canvas of infinite possibilities, marked by the faint glow of distant galaxies. The rancorous gale hums with the residual energy of our recent encounter, her systems calibrating as the cosmos rearranges itself around us. We sail onward, the whispers of the anomaly key guiding our path through the labyrinth of stars. As we traverse the celestial seas, my mind drifts back to the temple and the map it revealed, a network of interstellar pathways hidden in the fabric of space-time. The key is more than a mere artifact. It's the keystone to a grand design, a conduit connecting worlds and realities. Glitch interrupts my musings, its voice tinged with curiosity and concern. Rylan, I'm detecting a communications array nearby. It's broadcasting on an encrypted frequency. More mysteries, I murmur, intrigued by this unexpected find. Pull us in closer and let's see what's cooking. We zero in on the array, a structure that floats amidst a cluster of asteroids, its antennas reaching out like the tendrils of a cosmic octopus. The transmission is erratic, its signal flickering with static and fragmented bursts of data. Ilara peers over the console, her expression a blend of curiosity and suspicion. Could be a trap, or it could be someone looking for help. Or someone looking for trouble, I reply, though the hint of adventure stirs within me. Either way, we're not turning back now. As we approach, a voice crackles to life, distorted yet unmistakably human. This is Dr. Elias Verne of the Celestial Institute. Is anyone out there? We require immediate assistance. Ilara and I exchange a glance, the familiarity of the name sending ripples through my memory. Dr. Verne is a renowned astrophysicist, known for pushing the boundaries between science and myth, his theories often dismissed as the ramblings of a mad genius. Dr. Verne, this is Rylan Cort aboard the rancorous gale, I respond, curiosity getting the better of me. We're in the area. What's the situation? Fortune favors me today, Verne's voice returns, relief and urgency mingling in his tone. I'm stranded. A research expedition went awry, our vessel compromised by a temporal flux. I'm transmitting coordinates now. Please, I need your aid. Coordinates received, Glitch confirms, displaying them on our star map. The location is a dead zone, a patch of space notorious for gravitational anomalies and electromagnetic interference. It's a risk, Ilara warns, though her eyes glint with the allure of the unknown. But it could be worth it. Never stopped us before, I reply, setting a course for Verne's position. The gale pivots gracefully, her engines flaring as we dive into the chaos once more. As we near the coordinates, the void around us shifts. Space ripples with unseen currents, the gale's systems struggling to maintain stability against the cosmic tide. We push through, the ship's hull groaning under the pressure, until a ghostly silhouette emerges from the darkness. It's Verne's vessel, a sleek cruiser caught in a temporal snare, its frame flickering between moments like a candle in the wind. The array's influence is palpable, its signal entwining with the ship's systems in a dance of resonance and discord. Dr. Verne, I call through the comms, we're approaching your position. Hang tight. The cruiser's airlock cycles open as we dock, revealing a disheveled figure barely recognizable from the holograms of polished academic lectures. Verne greets us, his eyes alive with a manic brilliance, tempered by the weight of desperation. Rylan Ilara, he says, recognizing me from past collaborations, you've arrived just in time. This place, it's a convergence point, a nexus of temporal and spatial phenomena. We guessed as much, Ilara replies, her gaze sweeping the chaotic interior of the cruiser. What went wrong? I underestimated the rift's power, Vern admits, a trace of humility threading through his words. The experiment triggered a feedback loop, and now the array's entangled with the ship's core. Glitch interjects, disentangling the temporal fields is possible, but the margin for error is considerable. I assess the situation, the key's shards humming softly in my pocket, as if keeping time with the pulsar's rhythm. The path ahead is fraught with risk, but it's a challenge I can't resist. A chance to prove that even against the universe's chaos, we can carve a path to order. With Alara and Vern by my side and Glitch as my guide, we delve into the heart of the anomaly. The array's signals weave around us, a tapestry of light and sound that blurs the line between reality and imagination. Together, we work to untangle the cosmic threads, each move a gamble in the celestial game of chance. Time bends and flexes, the station's rhythm syncing with our efforts as we strive to restore balance. As the final connections are severed, the pressure lifts, the way. Our ray's energy dispersing into the void. We've succeeded, the cruiser freed from its temporal prison, and as the dust settles, a new understanding emerges of the key, of the cosmos, and of ourselves. The galaxy has grown smaller and yet infinitely larger, its secrets waiting to be uncovered by those daring enough to seek them. And so we continue our journey, the dance of light and shadow guiding our steps, the universe itself our partner in this endless waltz. Part 9, Shards of Memory. The rancorous gale drifts through a sea of stars, the silence of space, a soothing balm after the chaos of the temporal nexus. My thoughts are a whirlpool, swirling with revelations unearthed in our recent encounter. The anomaly key's mysteries deepen with every shard we gather, each piece a window into the universe's intricate design. We've come far, Ilara remarks from her station, the reflection of stars casting a gentle glow across her features. But the further we go, the more tangled this web becomes. Stories are only worthwhile with a few knots, I reply, my gaze fixed on the ever-expanding cosmos outside. The key's energy pulses in my pocket, a quiet beacon guiding us through the unknown. Dr. Vern has taken up residence in the Gale's modest lounge, his presence a blend of frenetic energy and scholarly focus. Since disentangling his vessel from the array's grip, he's been deciphering data retrieved from the encounter, his findings a tapestry of possibilities. I'm beginning to see patterns, Vern muses, his voice carrying the excitement of discovery. The shards you hold, they resonate with the same frequencies as the rift. It's almost as if they're keys to the universe's hidden doors. Glitch, displaying an annotated map of our course, adds, if so, the next question is where these doors might lead. Patterns suggest a convergence point, coordinates leading to a star system off most known charts. Uncharted territory, Ilara notes, a familiar gleam of adventure in her eyes. It's a long shot, but sometimes those pay off best. With our destination set, the gale surges forward, the ship's thrusters pushing us into the depths of the unknown. The star system Glitch discovered lies nestled in a pocket of space obscured by cosmic phenomena, a hidden sanctuary protected by veils of stardust and shadow. As we approach, the system reveals itself, a cluster of planets orbiting a binary star, their orbits weaving through a cosmic ballet. One planet in particular calls to us, its surface awash with an emerald luminosity that sets it apart from its siblings. We descend through the atmosphere, the gale's hull slicing through clouds of iridescent vapor. The air is alive with the hum of unseen forces, a song that vibrates through the ship and into our bones. Upon landing, we step into a world that defies expectation. The landscape is a mosaic of crystalline structures and verdant flora, each element resonating with a rhythm that echoes the shard's song. It's a place that feels simultaneously familiar and alien, a realm where memory and reality overlap. Rylan, detecting a concentration of energy nearby, Glitch reports as we venture deeper into the landscape. It matches the shard's signature. We follow the trail to a glade where a monolith of shimmering crystal stands, its surface reflecting a kaleidoscope of colors. The air around it hums with potential, a tangible aura of history and power. Ilara and I exchange a look of understanding as I step forward, the shards in my hand vibrating in symphony with the monolith. This is a place of memory, a repository of knowledge that transcends time. As the shards connect with the monolith, a cascade of visions envelops us. Images of the universe's birth, of civilizations rising and falling, of stars being born and dying in an endless cycle of creation. The knowledge is overwhelming, a flood of insight and understanding that takes root in our minds. The monolith is a library, a testament to the universe's wisdom and folly, guarded by the anomaly key's fragments. But even in this moment of revelation, shadows gather. A warning whispered through the visions of forces seeking to harness this power for their own ends, to bend the cosmos to their will. We're not alone in this discovery, Ilara says, her voice a thread of concern woven through the awe. Others will come, for the knowledge, for the power. I nod, the weight of responsibility settling heavily upon my shoulders. The journey has transformed, from a quest for understanding to a race against those who would corrupt what we've found. With the monolith's secrets imprinted within us, we return to the gale, each step resonating with a newfound purpose. We have become stewards of the galaxy's hidden truths, guardians of the paths that connect the stars. As the gale lifts off, the planet below recedes into the cosmic tapestry. The universe stretches out before us, a canvas awaiting the next chapter of our adventure. Though the journey has only just begun, I feel the threads of destiny pulling tighter, weaving a story of light, shadow, and the eternal pursuit of wisdom. Part 10, In the Shadow of Giants. The rancorous gale drifts through the starlit expanse, the hum of its engines a familiar lullaby as we sail onward into the universe's uncharted tapestry. The secrets we've unearthed linger in the back of my mind, a silent promise of pathways yet to be discovered. Each shard of the anomaly key is a thread, weaving a path through the cosmos that I feel compelled to follow. Ilara and Dr. Verne share the cockpit, their voices a gentle murmur of speculation and discovery. The monolith's visions have left their mark on us all, a deep impression that fuels our drive to uncover the truth behind the universe's hidden symphony. Rylan, something intriguing on long-range sensors, Glitch announces, its tone infused with curiosity. There's a massive structure drifting in the outer fringe, its architecture unlike anything catalogued. Curiosity sharpens into focus, the prospect of discovery igniting the sense of adventure that has become second nature. Set a course, Glitch. Let's see what the universe has in store. As the gale slices through space-time, the structure looms ahead, growing from a distant speck into a sprawling colossus. It's a megastructure, its form an intricate lattice of interlocking rings and towers, a celestial giant adrift in the void. We dock with the structure, its airlock cycling open with a hiss of pressurized air. The interior is a cathedral of metal and light, corridors twisting in Escheresque angles that defy logic and stretch perspective. This place, Ilara breathes, her eyes wide with wonder. It's like walking through a dream. Or a memory, I add, feeling the echoes of the monolith's visions threading through the air, as if the structure itself remembers. Dr. Verne, his scientific curiosity piqued, examines the walls, tracing the intricacies of alien design. This architecture predates known civilizations. We're standing in a relic of the ancients. As we explore, the structure seems to respond, its lights flickering to life, leading us through a winding path that culminates in a chamber at the heart of the giant. The chamber is dominated by a central dais, above which hovers a construct of light and shadow, a holographic representation of the galaxy. The construct pulses with energy, lines of light connecting stars like synapses firing in a cosmic brain. It's a map, an extension of the one revealed by the monolith, but more detailed, revealing pathways that stretch beyond our galaxy. "There's more here," Alara says, her voice filled with awe and reverence. "This connects to everything." Rylan, the construct interfaces with the key shards, Glitch notes, its systems analyzing the energy signatures. It's a gate, a portal to worlds beyond imagining. The revelation is both thrilling and daunting. The construct's knowledge is vast, its potential limitless, but with it comes the weight of responsibility. The universe is open to us, its secrets within reach, but so too are the dangers that lurk at the edges of understanding. "The universe is watching," Dr. Verne muses, his gaze transfixed by the swirling projection. "We're at the cusp of something monumental." But even as we stand on the brink of discovery, shadows move in the periphery. The structure shivers, its walls whispering as if aware. Unseen forces gather, drawn by the construct's activation, their intentions obscured by the shadows they cast. "We need to be cautious," I warn, my instincts prickling with unease. "We're not alone, and whatever's out there knows we're here." The air thickens with tension, the structure's rhythm syncing with the thrumming of our hearts. The construct's light casts long shadows, the shadows of giants that stretch across the stars, ancient and knowing. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that the universe rarely gives without demand. Each revelation, each step forward is a gamble, and the stakes are nothing short of the balance of existence itself. We stand poised on the precipice, the paths before us diverging into infinity. The dance continues, light and shadow weaving together in a tapestry of fate and fortune, and somewhere in the vast and timeless expanse, the universe watches with bated breath.